Hey, it's Carrie Mason with Billboard.com in Pasha, New York, and I'm here with Zedd. I was thinking of a cool introduction for you, but you really need no introduction.
No.
None, right?
You don't need that anymore.
So, I guess a lot of these interviews probably start out with people asking you about your influences. And in listening to your music, I think that probably one of your influences was video games. Am I right or wrong?
Right and wrong.
Okay.
I've spent a lot of time playing video games, but I don't know if they influence my music so much.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more my personality a little bit. But I was influenced by a lot of things. Obviously, I started with piano, classical music, because my parents forced me to do that, and I'm happy about it today. And then I went through a phase of jazz, and then I played in a rock, metal, hardcore, whatever you want to call it, band for almost 10 years. And I was recording an album, and then there was this Justice CD. I didn't know what it was just on the table. Like, it wanted me to listen to it, and I had to buy food, so I just picked up the CD, listened to it on the way, and like I have to try to make something like that.
Justice, we have to introduce you to Zedd.
Hey
Hello.
guys, in case you see that, I love you.
There you go. So speaking of meeting kind of awesome, famous people, I heard that you had a run-in London recently.
That's true, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, it was a show, a Beats HTC thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was playing with Nero, will.i.am, Dirty South, and like, actually a really, really good lineup, and Jimmy brought Gaga in for us to meet, and yeah, that's the first time I met her, and yeah, we've been working. I mean, I did remixes for her
Right.
in the past, and now I'll be going on tour with her in Asia.
Wow, with Gaga.
With Gaga.
That's
with
Lady Gaga.
That's Lady Gaga.
I'm just
that's
making
right.
sure.
Yeah.
What was
right.
she wearing when you met her? I have to ask.
It was no meat dress, as far as I remember.
You would have remembered
It
that.
was actually, it was a really, really big hat.
Yeah.
It was really big, so I had kind of make sure she doesn't hit me.
To maneuver around her hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was magic on her hat, but yeah.
And you're leaving for this tour, and it's
That's
in
right.
Asia, right?
That's an Asia tour, and we're leaving. She's leaving earlier. I leave right after Coachella,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be on tour till June 3rd, I think.
You're working on an album, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And what do you makes it an album when you think about it? Because you're probably always working on individual tracks. Like, what changes in your head where you say, okay, now I'm working on an album?
Well, actually, quite a lot, because if you release singles, and I'm totally fine releasing singles, but people expect things. Like, they expect you to make the sort of music you made when they found out about you. Like, my first fans, the kind of music I was making, they still expect me to make those type of songs. And if you do an album, you have way more of a chance to show like all sorts of styles you can make and everything you like to do, and you're not really forced to, there's 60 minutes of music or 50 or whatever, where the focus is on not just 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, so you can be way more open, you can be way more yourself.
Right.
I had a song I did like 1.5 years ago. It was my favorite song, and I never released it because I felt like it's not the right time, and people would they would not understand what I'm about. So now that I'm doing an album, I can totally release it and make it a real part of a whole piece of art. That's what I try to do. I don't want to put 12 singles on an album.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make a story, a little movie, where I think about each track and how I combine them. So the first part of doing this album is making songs. The second part is how do I connect the songs? How do they work together? I don't want it to be I have to release an LP, so I throw 12 songs on it.
And you've kind of developed this whole other community of friends. Through Twitter friends that you've run into over the course of your touring.
Absolutely.
And stuff.
Yeah, just meeting a lot of people, and a lot of people I saw on TV and was like, would be cool to meet one day, and now you're like friends with them, so that's
pretty neat.
That's really nice, yeah.
And you seem like a social connector on Twitter. You
yeah.
seem right?
I like to talk to people.
Yeah.
Also after my shows, I like to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand why people sometimes don't. There are certain people, they don't like to talk.
Yeah.
That's how we roll. Like, we like to good people, good times.
That's
Hang out and
a good motto.
yeah,
Totally.
it's the best.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Good luck with everything.
Thanks a lot.